Okay, so in 2016, I landed a job that many would describe as a super dream job. Okay, in fact, the job came with very handsome benefits. I'm just taking a walk within the estate, but I need to share this with you guys. I landed that job, and that job came with fantastic benefits, overwhelming benefits that blew me away. And the income was so good. And at the time, one of the things that I did was I flexed, what people would call flexed. I had all the flex I could. I got some things, moved into fantastic places, got best of cars, even got a dream car earlier than I expected. And if there is one thing that I forgot to do, is the fact that I never bought a piece of real estate. That is the biggest regret that I have till tomorrow. I regret it so badly that right now I'm like an injured wolf. I am ready to devour anything real estate I see. And the reason I'm saying this is because there are many of you guys that may be privileged to watch this, and you don't realize that, you know, there are some mistakes that people have made in their lifetimes that you don't want to repeat. You don't want to expect to make the same mistakes and then you say experience is the best teacher. Try to learn from other people's experiences so that you don't make and repeat the same mistakes. I made this mistake, big one. In fact, one of the things I was really waiting for as a human being was to be able to raise some money. That was my goal, to see how I can actually raise some finances. My target was to buy something in Lekki. So I was looking for how I was going to hammer big, as in really big. That was my goal. Once I hammer that big hammer, then I'm now going to buy one of those big properties and big landed spaces in Lekki. And as life turned out, it never came to that point where I hammered that heavy hammer to go and buy a plot or plots or acres in Lekki, or that fantastic building in Lekki. And it's one of the biggest regrets I have, because if at that time I had started setting aside, even if it is just 50% of my income, or 60% or 70, however amount I'm willing to spare every month or every week, because I was paid weekly, if I was just willing to just separate this 50-60% aside every month, just to ensure that I'm able to still set that aside basically for just real estate. Every time because there were flexible payment options, there were so many, I would have acquired hectares of land, hectares. There were so many real estate organizations that time I came across. In fact, I have a friend who right now is to gain access to him, you will be lucky to even have access to him, because he was wiser than I was at the time, and he invested like crazy in real estate. He's a giant, absolute giant right now. I didn't do that. You don't want to be me, trust me. You don't want to be making the same mistake that I made. It's one of the things that you must avoid as a human being. Learn from this and avoid the same mistakes.